Welcome back to Let's Get Tipsy.
I'm Priscilla.
I'm Fernando. And this is a podcast where we get a little bit tipsy, talk about random topics because
we can.
Because we can.
So, Fernando, how was your week?
Pretty bad, to be honest.
What happened? Dang, that's the way to start it.
Basically, last week I got sick.
Oh yeah, you were going through it. So it was pretty bad. What?
Yeah, basically Friday night, I went with my sister to go out shopping, and then at the end of it, I felt like a gust of wind hit me, and I was like, "Wait a minute."
Wait, this Friday or last Friday?
Last Friday.
Okay.
And then Saturday, I woke up and I had like a little cough. But I took like a Tylenol and it was gone. So I was like, oh, okay. Maybe it was just me overthinking.
Yeah, because I do not remember you being that sick last weekend.
No, because when I showed up here, I was perfectly fine. Like I told you, I just took like a quick Tylenol. Good. Mm-hmm. Tell me why Sunday morning I woke up like I got run over by a bus.
No, I get that. I think that's the same sickness that's going around because I'm telling you. That's what I was going.
I know a lot of people got like that type of sickness. I mean, I know you were that one weekend, but it was like so far out. So I don't know where I got it from. I guess because when I went out, maybe someone had it. But yes, so Sunday I literally full body aches, like everything hurt, and I literally just got back home after going out and literally passed out. And then Monday it was still body aches. Surprisingly not a cough though.
No, I relate because I was just over there dying with fevers.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I wasn't actively. Well, I would cough every now and then, but it wasn't a cold.
Yeah.
It was just death. That's what I was saying. I was like. This is a Black Plague, bro. Yeah. I feel like I had the Spanish flu or something.
The Spanish flu. No, because I woke up Sunday and I was like, oh, God, this is a fever. It felt horrible. But I still went out. And I went to buy a thermometer because I was like, I want to verify if it is. And it was. And literally, Monday, it was the same thing, body aches. But I took, a bunch of medicine because I was like, I'm gonna still go to work.
No, yeah.
And then Tuesday it was okay, the body aches were lowering, but now I had a runny nose. And it's still no cough though. And
on Tuesday, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then Wednesday I was like, oh, I'm clearing up, I'm feeling better. It's still a little bit of a runny nose, but nothing crazy anymore. Body aches were almost gone. And then Thursday body aches were gone, but my nose had pretty much cleared up, but I was still in the back of my head I was like, what if? No,
because Mike feels so bad about telling you to wear a mask. He literally told me I really hope he didn't take that seriously. I was joking.
No, I thought about that too. And I was like, do I text Mike and tell him to not feel offended? Because, okay, so Stacey's brother has pretty much a little band, and they were debuting on Thursday, and she had invited, she told the group chat hey, my brother's doing this here, if y'all want to come, they're debuting. And I told her, I was like, I don't know yet, because she texted that, Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday no, that was on... Oh, yeah, it was Tuesday. I
think so. And at first I was like, that's when my nose started running. So I was like, I don't know. Because, I don't want to get anybody sick. And then as Thursday came around, I was like, I do feel better. I texted the group chat. I was like, hey, I'm going to shower and then I'll be on the way. Yeah,
that's what I read. I was like, oh, Fernando was there too. And then Mike came back and he was like, no, Fernando wasn't there. And I was like,
yeah, because when I texted that, she was like, are you okay? You sure? And then Mike made the joke of oh, bring a mask. And I was like, he was kidding or JK. But then I was like, wait a minute, they might be onto something though, low key. And then I started overthinking it, and then one thing led to another, and then I was like, you know what, I don't want to. Because here's the thing. The day before I had gone out with my mom, we went out shopping, and I didn't she was in the same car with me, and it was a day before me deciding like, oh, I could go to the concert. And I went to ask her. I was like, do you feel sick at all? I was like, any slight symptoms? And she mentioned one symptom. She was like,
and you were like, nope.
I was like, hey. I was like, that's it. That's all I needed to know.
Oh my gosh.
Turns out it was nothing for her, but like, but yeah, she was like, I did feel my throat like slightly itching, and I was like, okay, that's all I needed to know.
No, yeah, but I really heard it went good, and like thing is, Mike said the performance was really good. We saw some videos.
Oh yeah.
They
seemed pretty fun. Like they sent out on the group chat, and it looked pretty fun.
Yeah, and Mike was saying the vibe was vibing, and like thing is, he mentioned like he was happy to be there because the biggest bands start in their smallest venues. Like literally 5 Seconds of Summer, they have talked many times about their first performance together. There was 11 people in the crowd.
Oh my god.
Like everything starts small. You just have to keep on going. I mean, which is why we're also still doing a podcast, because we're not going to stop. We're just doing it for fun, and we see each other every week.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I think I would have been a cool vibe to see, but I mean, I'm sure they're gonna perform some other time. I mean,
it's already coming up.
Oh really?
Yeah, remember the group chat, April?
Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah.
I saw that, but I just saw April 12th, and then I was like, what does that mean?
No, Stacey mentioned, like, because I was confused by the message, too. Mm-hmm. And Mike was like, there's another one coming up. And I was like, do I not read? Do I just skim through?
I think I also, because I read stuff, and then I read it back, and I was like, oh, wait, that word was
yeah. So, yeah, there's a concert coming up in April.
Oh, okay.
By the
way.
I'm going to make sure I'm in that one because I had to work. But I heard the vibe was vibing. And Mike told me this crazy thing that was like, he showed up and he was waiting on Stacy, which is like our friend. But as he was in the parking lot, one of his friends, because Mike likes cars, one of his little like car friends or something pulled up right next to him, and he was like, "What are you doing here?" And Mike was like, "What are you doing here?" And Mike was like, "Well, I'm gonna see my friend's brother play," and he was like, "I'm gonna see my girlfriend's brother play." And Mike was like, huh? It was kind of the Spider-Man meme where they kind of point at each other, and they were like,
pointing at each other.
Why do y'all know each other? Then he goes in there, and then he sees one of Diego's Stacy's brother that was performing. And then he sees his bandmate, and Mike goes, "You." Not Diego, but his bandmate.
Yeah.
"You." And he goes, "Mike, why are you here?"
They knew each other?
Yeah.
What?
And he was like, Mike told me, I probably know his bandmate better than I know Diego. The bandmate has been to my house.
What the?
And I was like, wow.
That is
small
crazy.
World we live in, huh?
That really puts it into perspective. Oh my god, that is crazy that he knew him.
I know. But it seemed like a good vibe. But what else happened this week for you?
For me, nothing much. I mean, I went shopping with my sister yesterday again. And that's pretty much it. I mean, other than work, nothing else. What about you?
Last week, did we record on Sunday or Saturday?
Saturday.
The heck did I do Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we went to Texas Roadhouse on Sunday, and this is obviously a well-known fact. The fact that they sit there every hour and start singing and dancing, man.
Oh, yeah.
That would be such a deal breaker. If I had just crashed out over a table screaming at me because they didn't get their freaking fries, and then the music started playing, and I need to start dancing and then come back with their fries.
Or what if you're like you just finished arguing with them, and then you're like literally just walking, and then right there.
That'd be the death of me. I looked at Diana and I was like, that'd be a deal breaker. I'd walk out of the freaking interview. Oh yeah, by the way, every hour you're gonna have to dance. Negative.
Yeah, no.
I don't dance at all.
I don't either.
I dance with close friends, and then never ever in public. I know it's like people do what they gotta do, but simply I'd rather eat dirt. Like that is the best way I can put it. Maybe I'm too shy for that. kind of
Yeah, I never learned when I was little, and then when I was older, they tried to teach us, and I was like, nope.
thing. Not for me.
Like even one time, whenever I don't know who they were, to be honest, but they had asked us to be chambelanes for a quinceañera.
You said no?
Well, we said yes at first, and then the day came to dance. It was me and my brother, and then we were like, actually, no thanks.
No, you guys didn't.
Yeah.
Y'all bailed out on a quinceañera the day of?
No, not the day of. Like, the practice. Like,
I thought y'all done practice and everything, and y'all showed up to the actual party, and y'all were like, it's gonna be a hard no for me.
Yeah, no, like, the first day of practice, because obviously they practice way ahead of time, we were like, actually, I don't think we want to do this. And we did it. And then, yeah, I don't dance at all.
That's fair. Aside from that, I worked. Like, I literally saw a TikTok the other day that was like, adult friendships. Oh, what you been up to? Working. What about you? Working.
Working.
So, yeah, no, work has been a lot. I get off of work, and then I eat and sleep. No, yeah, I just work. Oh, but guess what happened at work? Yeah, no, that's work.
That's work. Literally, that's our conversation.
It sucks, man. I just want to...
Like, what else are we doing? Nothing.
Working.
Working.
And by the time you get out of work, you're just tired to do anything.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I went out with some friends. We watched a movie. We watched The Monkey. That was a weird movie.
The Monkey?
Yeah, I never heard of it.
Yeah.
We just kind of got tickets because we were like, what should we do? Oh, let's watch this movie. It seemed like a parody. You know the Hunger Games?
Mm-hmm.
And how they had the starving games?
Mm.
It was like a parody of the Hunger Games, just making fun of everything.
I don't remember that.
But boy, it felt like a parody, like making fun of horror movies.
Oh.
It was super confusing. I don't really think I got the message. I don't think there was a message. But the main character was 4 from Divergent.
I don't think
The
I know who
lead
that
from
is.
Divergent.
Divergent?
Yeah.
I don't think I've watched that.
Fair enough. But I was like, yo, I'm old.
Oh.
He was a preteen crush.
Yeah. Oh.
And then I saw James Franco in one of the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
And he had white hair. And I was like, this my James Franco? The one I crushed over when I was like 12?
That
Wow.
is crazy. Wow.
And then we played Jenga. And I forgot how high the stakes in Jenga were. We were sitting there stressing the heck out.
They do tend to be pretty high.
But point is, also realize I saw a TikTok lately that was like, bro, you're old. Like, that's how they started. And they were like, people always yap about how Christmas doesn't feel the same. You have to make it feel like Christmas. Now you're the adult. People no longer hang out with each other. They don't have cookouts. You have to get the cookout. You have to make that happen. You want the whimsical to happen. You need to make it happen because no one's going to do it for you because you're old enough to make it happen for yourself.
That is very true, but...
That one was kind of like, oh, thanks.
Oh.
You should have, like, did you at least, like, kiss the brick when you threw it at me? Did you at least worry about my feelings?
Did you worry how I was gonna feel?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, right.
It's very true. It's very true. It hurts, but it's true. Yeah, because I don't know. I mean, I do. I mean, I told you how our family is with Christmas. Like last 1 year, we literally had to tell the adults, like, "Hey, are we doing something? Because it's coming up."
And they weren't doing nothing.
And they weren't doing anything. So yeah, I mean, we are the new adults, I guess. So, oh, did you? I know you did because they got sent in our group chat the new Demon Slayer movie.
Yes, I'm so excited. Now you have to catch up ASAP.
I
Fernando.
know.
Hurry up. You have until what? July?
July, I think. Because I was waiting off because we were watching it here every time after the podcast, and I was like, oh, perfect. Because even though Mike has watched it, it seemed like Mike hadn't watched it.
He's just sitting there waiting for us.
Exactly. So I was like, okay. So like we're both watching it at the same time, but now that that's coming out, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to watch it because like,
As you should.
because I need to catch up because I don't know. I mean, I've loved it so far, so I need to watch it. And even if I'm not caught up, I'm gonna watch the movie when it comes out.
By July, you should be up there.
Hopefully, but I have other shows that I'm working on as well. I haven't finished My Name. I haven't finished the other show. My where I work at, they recommended me a show, and I haven't finished watching that, which is literally only 8 episodes. But then, because I'm always like, oh, what am I gonna watch? And then I watched YouTube.
No, see, thing I'm always like, oh my gosh, I have like so many shows I want to watch. Let's start this new show. As the 15 shows that I have unfinished are just waiting for me. No, because I wanted to start watching Shameless, I think.
Shameless?
Yeah, because I heard really good things, and the lore looks like it's deep. But the show was so slow. I am so
yeah, that's true.
I'm the same girl that refused to watch Stranger Things because the opening scene in the first episode took 30 seconds too long. And I dropped it because I was like, no, not worth my effort. 30 seconds, man. That's all it took. I'm sure it's a great show. A lot of people love it. They do. But it took too long to get started. Like, the black screen turned to a door, and they took 30 seconds to get to that door. And I was like, that's not going to work for me.
That's true. I remember I tried to watch it, and I did get pretty deep into, like, when it originally came out, like, the first episodes. But then it was like taking too long, and I was like, and then I lost interest, and then I never watched it.
I'm kind of glad because now they're all adults and they haven't finished the show.
That's true. Okay, so right before this, what led to you bringing that up?
Because I've been like, I'm not obsessed with it, but I was like, I'm gonna make Mike do it later.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, it's fun. Sorry, we're talking about the 16 personalities test because it's a big deal to some people, but I haven't taken it since high school.
Yeah, I took it. I actually took it not too long ago.
Oh, really?
Because my online friends, we were like done for the day, like playing games. We were literally just scrolling, doing whatever test like came up, and then she was like, "Oh my god, we should all take the personality test." And then it was 3 of us that night. And we literally like all did it and then went through each one. And it was fun. It was like, okay.
No, because I was minding my business, and then my friend was like, "You should take it. What are you?" And I was like, well, I don't know.
I don't know.
Every single time I have to check our messages to see my results because that's what I sent her. And she was like, "Oh my god, you're an extrovert." And I was like, "Excuse me? I am 54% an extrovert, and there's that 46% introvert."
That's true.
I'm only 6% more extrovert than I am an introvert.
That's true. So you're pretty much in the middle at that point.
Like, leave me alone.
And leave me alone. So I took mine, and I feel like it was the same thing that I got last time, which was an advocate, and what is that? An INFJ. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? Like, how do we go through this?
Well, INFJ, it means that you're introverted more than you are extroverted.
67%.
So you're more introverted. Good job. Yeah. You're more intuitive than you are observant, which, let me check my, hold on. So you're intuitive. Mm-hmm. I'm 84% intuitive.
Oh.
Whatever that means.
I'm 51. So
you go by both feelings and actual observations.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I just kind of be going by my gut feeling.
Your gut feeling.
My gut feeling tells me no, the answer's no, man. Then the next one is thinking versus feeling. You be feeling. I be feeling too.
Oh. I be feeling.
So we just gonna be thinking.
We don't.
And then prospecting versus judging. 54% prospecting.
I'm 54% judging.
Dang.
You're likely organized, decisive, and thorough, valuing structure and planning over spontaneous. What is it?
Spontaneity?
Spontaneity?
That is not how you should pronounce that word. That word sounds dumb.
I don't know.
And we're both very turbulent, whatever that means.
I don't know. Turbulent. You're likely self-conscious conscious, sensitive to stress, success driven, perfectionist, and eager to improve.
Oh, sick. So we have anxiety.
Anxiety.
Great.
We have anxiety. I
Whoop
mean,
whoop, guys. Who would have thought?
who would have thought? Your career path. Should we go through all of them?
We can.
My strengths is creative solutions, inspiring through purpose building, team harmony, and reading between the lines. My weakness is perfectionism, even though it's just the opposite. Idealistic, avoiding conflict, and sensitive to criticism. Avoiding conflict, very much so.
Really?
I don't like conflict.
That's crazy because I'm always ready for a fight.
It gets me like I can do it, like I've done it before, but it like takes a lot for me to like speak up. Like,
That's insane because I was literally telling my coworker, just tell them. Just argue.
just argue.
Like, what is the problem? Because I forgot the exact instance. Or even Mike yesterday, he was telling me like his problems with his family and that they're asking for his time, and he was like, I have a life, I have stuff to do, like I want to see my wife, like I want to hang out with her, and I have this one day of the week that we can actually have a meal together, like I'm gonna spend that day with her. And I was like, just tell him that. And he was like, they're not gonna listen. And I was like, and you care? Like, maybe I have anger issues because I set my boundaries very clear with my family a long time ago. They're always like, why don't you ever visit me? When have you last visited me?
That's true. That's true.
You never come over. I wasn't invited.
Wasn't invited.
I'm not scared to tell people and tell them for their faults, because if I can tell them for their faults, that means I can take my faults too. So you can call me out and I will try to determine whether it's a good or bad thing.
Yeah.
And work through it if it's a bad thing. But I'm going to call you out too. Simply, right. I don't let things slide.
That's true. I mean, I feel like I've gotten a little bit better, but I'm not. It also depends on the person. Like, if it's like a new person or someone else, then it's a little bit more difficult.
The thing I struggle is with emotional turmoil. Like, if it's like black and white, then clearly I'm gonna step over and like tell people how it is. But if it's an emotional that's where I'm more like burdened, because I'm like, I don't want to hurt people's feelings just to hurt them. Whenever I can see both sides and I can like actually evaluate that they're right but I'm right too, it's hard for me to put a foot down to validate my feelings and invalidate someone else's.
That's true. Yeah, I get that. But
if it's like black and white and I'm like, you're being disrespectful and just because we're family, I don't care we're family.
Right.
But I realize it has a lot to do too, the fact that I don't have any siblings. Well, I don't have any like full siblings.
Yeah.
Because Mike was telling me like some issues that he was having with his siblings, and he was like, oh, this and this and that, and I feel like they don't see this and this and that. And I'm like, well, did you tell him? Did you bring this up? Like, did you bring up the bullshit that they be doing? And he's like, no, because like there's no point. He's not gonna listen to me. And I was like, maybe that's where I'm missing the tact, because since I don't have siblings, I've always stood my ground to my parents, at least.
That makes sense. Me and my sister actually came to realize that we're also not the best to compare. Because a lot of people are like, I don't even know how to describe it, but like arguments with their siblings and stuff like that. I mean, she had someone that she knows like complain about her sister. They went days or like without talking. And then me and my siblings, we don't really argue. Like, we don't really it doesn't come to a point where we're like, I'm not talking for you for this week or whatever. Like, we're very like, I don't know what it is, but we don't really get in arguments. We're not constantly fighting. And I don't know, it's crazy because I know a lot of siblings do, like that's their constant thing, like they're fighting, they're arguing or whatever, or like something like a conflict or like a disagreement. But me and my siblings, we don't. So that's why whenever a situation like that occurs where I'm like, I do have siblings, but I can't relate because because our siblings, me and my brother and my sister are not like that.
That's fair. No, because sometimes Mike has told me whenever he argues with his siblings, they square up, they argue or whatever. But then like an hour later, one of them knocks on the door and they're like, you want some chips? You want to go to the store? And I was like, I'm not one of your siblings. I'm simply not gonna like just let go of my anger because you want to move on from it. You have to apologize and acknowledge the problem and actually address it, and then we can actually come to a solution and then move on from this problem.
And actually, that's really good because I did see a TikTok once of it was someone describing like if their parents are telling them something or whatever, and it's a normal day. For some reason, they just feel like I don't know how to put it into words, but like mad at them in a way, or like don't want to answer their question or don't want to help them or something, even though it's just like a brand new day, like nothing's going on, and it's like built up resentment that you don't realize, and it's just like something in the past, like an argument or something never got resolved and you kind of just moved on from it, so that is like low-key building up. And I was like, wait, that might actually be very true. Like I've had arguments with, you know, growing up, like with your parents or whatever, and it was never like
anybody, I'm sorry I don't cause trauma to you.
Like it was never owning up to like whatever the argument was, like on both sides. So it never like closed. It kind of just stayed there, and then it would just moved on. Like next week,
nothing
it was
happened.
Like, or next week, next day, nothing happened. And it's like, ugh, maybe that's what it is. But because one of the questions that it asks is like, do your emotions control you more than you feel or whatever? And I feel like I'm very in control of my emotions. Like even at work, like if someone like brings up an argument or whatever, it depends like what kind of mood I'm in, but I'm very good at like controlling it and being like, okay,
I need to think about it logically. What are both parties thinking?
So that's why I feel like, I don't know, like I can control my emotions in certain situations. I don't know. It's like
certain things bring it out of you.
Yeah, because it's like whenever it is a normal day and then like one of my parents asked me to do something or whatever for them, it's like, why am I mad? Like nothing happened, but like, why am I mad? And I try to look past that, and I'm like, okay, literally, like you're acting like out of pocket, like just help or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So
sometimes I'm like, okay, that was a little bit dramatic, Priscilla.
Yeah.
Because I think it was this one instance where I had planned. There are specific plans for a specific time. And I was ready for once because it was a hard time. Because the friend that I had plans with has children. And, like, that's a little less forgiving of, like, hey, delay your time. Because now you have to wake them up from their nap. You have to delay their feeding time. You have to, like, change up your entire day because I couldn't get ready in time. So there's one of the friends that I'm like, okay, I need to be there and actually show up exactly what I told you.
Exactly, yeah.
So we were ready. However, last minute, mom needed something. And I love my mother. My mother's everything to me. But sometimes she can be disrespectful of my time. Which is insane because I'm never disrespectful over time. Like, yes, we have a mother and daughter relationship. But I always think of it like we're still humans. We're both humans. We both have responsibilities. And she needed Mike for whatever reason. And took him away because he likes to work on cars. She needed him to work on her boyfriend's car. And this was taking like an hour or two. And close to the time that we had to be there, I was like, we're already late and he's not even back. And I was like trying to call her and say, hey, man, we can do this after. I'm not against helping you, but we had prior plans.
Right.
Like, we need to see the priorities. Because, like, let's say she was on the side of the road. That's a different thing.
Right.
I'm stopping everything and I'm going to go get her. But we're fixing your boyfriend's car that's not even home yet. Why do you need to do this at this time? And thing is, we could have done it earlier. But she was, like, trying to wrap some things up. She was trying to finish cleaning up.
Oh, okay.
Which is a thing that she could have done afterwards.
Yeah.
And I was, like, freaking out on her. And she was like, oh, I'm never going to ask you for anything again. No, it's not about that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's not about that. You have to realize that we have other things to do. Like, you're my priority. You're my mother. You're my priority. But we had previous plans. And I don't want to be disrespectful of other people's time.
Right. That makes sense.
And this can be done before you guys started doing this or after we get done with what we have to do.
Right.
So it's really unfair that you're asking me and my husband to, like, stop our life to help you out.
Yeah. Especially when you already agreed to something else. Like, like you said, and the time. Like,
That's why I have such strong boundaries. That's why she's very dramatic, which is like, if you can, or like, if you're available, or like, if you have this pity for this old woman that gave birth to you. It's not pity, man. You just realize that I'm a human just like you.
Yeah.
Just because you're my parent doesn't give you the right to disrespect me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, back on topic. Your personal growth. It says deep self-awareness. My strengths are deep self-awareness, empathetic, dedication to growth, and what's that one? Visionary.
Idealism.
I don't know what that means. Your capacity to envision a better future drives positive change. Oh, cool. Weakness, self-critical, emotional sensitivity, procrastination. Yeah. Yep. Unrealistic standards. Those low-key all make sense.
I was gonna say you're very self-aware.
Yeah.
I feel like you're nowhere near like, oh, like I didn't know people thought about this about me. No, you're like, oh yeah, I don't know. I already knew.
Yeah.
Like I had that packed up in 6th grade. I don't know what you're on.
Exactly. Like you're pointing out something that I've been to. Like, or was the other thing that I tell you, there's something that you can't tell me that haven't already told myself. So.
And procrastination.
Procrastination, like, very much so. I mean, it even happened today.
Both me and Fernando. We're terrible on that. Wait, what letter was that? Or
this was,
Intuitive. You're intuitive. So my first one is my career path. It says that I have creative problem solving, inspiring energy, adaptability, and I'm good at building connections. Maybe. Dislike of routine, easily distracting, resisting structure, and acting without thinking are my weaknesses. Maybe. Possibly. I do be acting without thinking. I know a lot of, it's very common in our generation to quit your job on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
I've only done it once.
I haven't quit on the, well, I don't know
actually.
I don't know how to describe it because I did think about it beforehand. And there was one occasion where like I was new to the job, and then the actual like owner of the company came by and like he started like yelling at me for something, and then I was like, you know what, you're not gonna yell at me.
Yeah.
So I literally like told the manager that managed that district. I was like, yeah, this is it, because like he's not gonna yell at me. And she was like, don't worry, I completely get it, because he yelled at me too. And I was like, so it's not.
Yeah, so it's not personal, but it's still not acceptable.
Exactly. So that was the only occasion, but I do remember like I still put my 2 weeks. Like I was like, okay, 2 weeks, but because that also gave me time to look somewhere.
That's true. No, I remember I had a job the same day because I was literally my boss. I had 2 jobs at the time, and my second job started at 6. Mm-hmm. But my boss from my first job asked me to stay over like until 9 p.m. Mind you, I went in at 8 a.m.
Oh my god.
And I was like, no, first of all, I have a second job. Second of all, that's disrespectful to my other boss. Third of all, I'm an 8 to 5.
Yeah.
Why would I stay over? Like, I am very clearly an 8 to 5. And I remember the exact words were, you're mine. This is why I don't let people have second jobs. This is why, no, you have to respect me. And I was like, I am not your fucking dog. I am not. I give you the respect that you give me, and you're treating me like an animal. Exactly. So actually, no. And she's like, I lost all respect for you. I don't need your respect.
Right.
I don't need your respect. I don't care about you. You're my boss. You're not my friend.
Exactly.
Bye. Literally, I left.
That is crazy. I mean, you are mine. That is crazy.
I remember sitting there, and I remember telling HR before I left because I didn't want, because also like I can use them in future applications.
Yeah.
So for the reason, I told HR, and I was like, she literally treated me like an animal, and she was like, you can just come over to the next, like to the other side of the department, And I was like, she's gonna make my life impossible because she is the owner's daughter-in-law.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
She's not gonna allow me to stay there.
Mm-mm.
If I'm across the world, she's gonna make my life into bits and pieces. So I'd rather leave.
Exactly.
Thank you. And my second job paid me more anyway.
Oh, well, yeah, that worked out then.
So I was like, actually, jumping ship. I do not care about this thing so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I do things without thinking. I was stacking up myself all day.
But luckily, I mean, you had a backup job, so.
That's true. That's true. My second one was my personal growth. My strengths are intellectual curiosity, understanding others, authenticity, which is part of the reason why I don't be lying.
Yeah.
Adaptable again. My weakness. Oh, nice. My weakness is fear of missing out.
Oh.
Strong emotions, self-critical, and perfectionism, which I find pretty accurate because the FOMO goes crazy.
I was about to say, I'm surprised mine didn't say that. Because literally we're both the type to be like, yep, like we'll go, like, or you tell us whatever.
I could be exhausted.
Exactly.
I could be fresh out of the Spanish flu.
Yeah.
I need to be there. And then whenever people do stuff without me, I'm like, so what did y'all talk about?
What did you?
How was it? What did y'all do? Which, like, I hate that my brain goes like that because, like, I'm glad people can have relationships outside of me. Like,
Yeah.
who am I? But then I'm like, so did y'all talk about me? Did y'all think about me? Did y'all wish I was
Did
there
y'all
too?
mention me at all?
Yeah. Which is terrible. FOMO is such a bad thing.
It really is.
No, because, like, okay. Personal hours that we're still going to put in the podcast. But, like, whenever you and Stacey hang out without me, I'm like, what about me, guys? I know I was doing stuff. I know I was out of state. But, guys.
But we went nearby, too.
Guys. And thing is, I'm not upset. I know these are irrational feelings. You guys deserve your fucking time as friends. But my grimy brain goes, but guys,
For me.
I'm
here.
Don't forget me, guys. Don't leave me behind. Don't abandon me. Knowing good and well I was going to see you the same weekend.
Oh my god.
Oh, guys.
Yeah, the FOMO is really bad too.
And it's not just y'all, it's everyone. I'm just
No.
like, what about me?
Yeah, my sister will literally like tell me like, oh, like, do you want to go here after work? Yeah.
What a message for the world.
Exactly.
Everything I ever dreamed of. Let's go.
Meanwhile, it's just going to like getting a coffee.
I know, it's terrible.
So yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, yesterday, 2 days ago, Mike was going to go to the bars after my like 10-hour shift. And he was like, you want to come? And I was like, I do.
I do.
And he was like, we're going to Green, and we're probably going to get back at 2 a.m. And I was like, okay.
Oh my god.
I'll get ready after work. But last minute, I found out that no one's girlfriend was going to be there. And I was like, you can come without me, sweetie.
You can go without
Let me know if you need it, right? Because,
true.
at that point, I'm just hanging out with a bunch of bros. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'd rather be home.
Yeah, true. Next tab, your relationships.
Oh, yeah. Now we're caught up.
Yeah, we're...
You first.
Okay, so my strengths are emotional connection, loyalty, intuitive understanding, and careful communication. My weaknesses are overly idealistic, guarded, avoiding conflict, and observing others' emotions.
I feel like you are very guarded.
Observing others' emotions. I think so too.
And avoiding conflict. We already talked about
Yeah,
it.
we already talked about that.
I feel like you are also very careful with communication.
Careful. True. I think about it like what I'm gonna say before.
We have mentioned it before how you're very like you think a certain way, but then you actually let out a certain verbal communication because I don't know why you do it, but I know you're very careful with how you speak.
I think about it a lot. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you either, but I think about it a lot. Emotional connection, yeah, I could see that. Loyalty, of course, very loyal.
Good job.
And intuitive understanding, your knack for sensing others' needs enhances your connections.
Which might be why I'm so comfortable with telling you like how I'm feeling.
For which one?
For intuitive understanding.
Oh.
Like, sometimes whenever I'm telling you, even things that are, like, not even against you, more so, like, things that I wouldn't tell somebody else, more so, like, things that are, like, just describing my frustrations, but I wouldn't put that on someone else because I feel like they'd feel burdened.
Mm-hmm.
Rather, I feel like you would understand.
Yeah. Yeah, because I tell, in the past, like, I've told people literally, like, call me for anything, like, tell me, like, whatever, even if it's just, like, to talk, you can just call me, because I will listen. Like, one thing of me, I'm going to listen. I'm going to give you a little bit of input, but just to rant, even, like, I'm going to listen. Like, I'll be there, but I don't know. Yeah, I think all of these are pretty
Why am I stepping away? I'm
accurate.
drinking some drop.
Yeah, I don't know. I was wondering that too, because I was like, should I not be drinking my Dr. Pepper?
Force to have it.
But yeah, these are pretty accurate, I feel. Very guarded, I feel like that too.
You are. You and Diana, I'm like, bro, just speak it. just say it. Get it out. But then I understand. You know? Some people are just different. Like, not different in a bad way, more so different than how I react in situations.
Yeah.
And I need to understand that. That's how you just are.
Yeah. So what do you say?
I am very empathetic. I bring excitement, authentic communication, and adaptability. My weaknesses are overly idealistic, emotional intensity, need for independence, and avoiding conflict. Which is crazy.
That is crazy.
Because I love conflict. I don't love being active in conflict. I love addressing the problem.
Got it.
Yeah, I think I'm empathetic. I don't think I bring excitement. I think I bring depression, but whatever. I do be authentic because, like, I'm going to tell you how it is because I'm simply not going to sit here and be uncomfortable. Why would I do that? You're my friend.
Very true.
Adaptable, yeah, whatever. I do need independence because I was telling Fernando earlier that my boyfriend told me to lie for, like, whatever reason. And he was like, just blame it on me. Just tell them I said no. And I was like, nobody's going to believe that.
Exactly.
Nobody's going to believe that you told me no.
Exactly.
You told me no for anything. Who are you, my father?
Right.
Back down. Nobody would. If I came up to you, Fernando, and said, Mike said we couldn't do the podcast today. Who the heck am I?
I'm gonna be like, is this the same Mike or
Are you kidnapped?
are you kidnapped? Or is this like a message?
No. No one's telling me what to do. I'll be respectful of Mike forever until I die. But he's not telling me what to do.
Yeah, because then that gives off controlling.
That gives off I'm not gonna be in a relationship with someone like that.
Exactly.
You're not my father, and even my father couldn't tell me what to do as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
I'm simply just going to do what I need to do.
Exactly.
As a grown woman, nobody's gonna tell me what to do.
Was that it?
Oh,
That was it.
so that's our personalities, apparently.
Hopefully that gives you a better insight of the type of person we are.
So Fernando is guarded, and I just be angry.
You
That's
just be voicing your opinions.
Very much so. But in leading up to that, we were also going to talk about how friendships are in our heads. Not in our heads, but how we interact with friendships as grown adults. Because I feel like as we grow older, we obviously interact with people differently than when we were in high school.
That's true, yeah. But I mean, I feel like that comes with age. Like you can't have the same high school mentality forever, which unfortunately some people do.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, it just grows up as like as friends and everything. Like, I think we've talked about this kind of one time where like our friends are all like, they're not, how do you say it, like full like attention on them like 24/7.
They're very like oh my god, I forgot the word too.
I know, I'm thinking of like there's one word, but
I see the word but I can't say it.
Regardless, like we can go a couple weeks, a couple like time.
Low
like,
maintenance.
Low maintenance. That's what it was. So all of our friends, and I'm pretty sure we did talk about this before, but all of our friends are very low maintenance. So it's like we already know everyone has a life going on. We already know that everyone's at work or stuff is going on. So we know like pretty much like if you don't reach out to someone, it's not because you don't care. It's just because we're busy.
Yeah, and then when I remember I haven't seen this person in months, I'm like, are you free in June?
Yeah.
Are you free December of 2024? 2026, I'm sorry.
2026. Yeah, it should be clear.
Great. Mark me down.
So it makes, I mean, it's just like, I don't know, part of growing up, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. Because, like, I have this friend. I haven't seen her since December.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been talking about going out. And I was like, well, we're about to go out to eat right after this. I was like, let me invite her. But I made sure with you guys that you guys were okay with it.
Yeah.
You guys don't care. But I always feel so nervous mixing friend groups, man. Like, she's this part of my life and you guys are this part of my life.
That's true.
But also, you guys are seeing the same me. But then I'm having to combine friendships. Like, it's just...
Combining friendships was always difficult. Like, obviously, I've never done it, but like, just in being in that position, it's pretty difficult because you never know how someone's gonna react.
Yeah, why don't you do it?
Because I don't have anybody else to bring. Like, the other friends that I have are online.
I feel like I the second time I do it, the first time went pretty well. I think.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That went amazing. But I think it also like you're gonna find people that fit your vibe, and your vibe is like very much our vibe as well. True. So like the people that you met and that you introduced us at one time, great. Like
awesome.
Like they were amazing. Like literally we were like all laughing together and everything. Like, and we had just met them.
And I'm over here all nervous. I'm like, what if I don't like it?
No, yeah. I think they were great, and I think that's why it works, because like I just said, it's just
we're still always the same vibe.
Yeah, you're gonna find people that you like, and it just so happens that we're the similar way.
We have the same energy.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, it's nerve-wracking still.
I can see why. Yeah, because the only thing that I would compare it to, which is way different, is like introducing like a family member. Like one of my cousins or my brother.
Bro, your brother's terrifying.
She's scared of my brother for some reason, but
Francisco, if you see this, I'm not meaning it like in a personal way. I just find it odd that we have never spoken a word to each other in our lives.
But I think it's because we are pretty opposites.
Yeah,
I can see why it's nerve-wracking. That's the only thing that I can compare it to, because like I said, the only other friend is online, and what am I gonna do, put you on a Discord call with them?
Yeah.
I mean, I good, but like what are we gonna do? I don't know, but yeah, I can see why it's nerve-wracking.
I don't know, apparently I'm adaptable.
Yeah, apparently.
No, because, well, I don't know if I fake it till I make it, or if I'm actually just kind of chilling through. Oh no, actually, ignore that fact.
Okay, scratch that.
Scratch that. I was talking to my mother about like some mental struggles about some friends, because I love my mother, but her first response was just lie to them, and I was like, just lie to them. And even Mike, just lie. What do you mean lie?
Yeah.
Like, these are my friends. I'm gonna find a way to be honest with as tactively as I can, like without being disrespectful.
Right.
But I'm not comfortable with just lying.
Yeah, no. I mean, I mean, we are so close that literally there's no point in doing that, because like we see each other's sides, like we know, and nobody. I feel like we wouldn't be disrespected, like if you were like, hey, like, didn't agree with this, please do say that, because it's better than to say that than to just like go around and like think it was okay.
Beat around the bush, or like just ignore it, or just lie about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just that once you get close enough to someone, it doesn't feel okay to say, oh, I'm busy, when you're not busy.
Yeah.
Or with this other person, or like lie about who you're with or stuff. Like, if that's your actual friend, I feel like you can be honest.
Right.
You can tell them, even if it's hard, you know?
Right. That makes sense, yeah.
I don't know. But I just found it crazy how my mom's first take was just lie. That's what I started telling people, and I was like, that's why you probably don't have honest friendships.
Yeah, I feel like that's why we grew so close together, because we pretty much are very honest and open to each other. Like, we don't, I don't see it, I don't think there's ever been a scenario where we've lied to.
There's no need to, and there should
Exactly.
be, you know?
So, I'm like,
Because if you start lying, are y'all really friends?
right. Because, like, what are you hiding?
Yeah. I'm not Batman,
It goes
man.
back to the am I the asshole from
Yeah.
last week. Yeah.
I don't even know what happened with that. I honestly think that she should have called her out.
Yeah. Like, why didn't she just tell her? Like, anyways.
Ew. Which is crazy because I feel like we only covered 3 topics, but we japped through them.
Yeah. The personality one took us a good
minute.
a good minute.
But it was a good episode.
It was. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Maybe.
Don't consider it. You should do it.
You should do it. But if you also want to support us a little bit more, all of our social medias are here. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Let's Get Tipsy Podcast, and
Twitter and YouTube at Let's Get Tipsy Pod.
And then if you want to follow us personally, you can follow me on Instagram at Fernando M643, and
Lovely Priscilla with 2 Y's on Instagram.
And they're always linked down below, so you can find them if you want to. You should.
And if you don't, that's fine too, but you should.
But you should. But yeah, this was a great episode. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Oh, sorry. That was my turn. Don't drink and drive, and drink responsibly.
Yep.
As you should.
As you should. Alrighty. Bye.
Bye.